Hi, this is Gail Minogue, and today we're going to answer some of the questions that you've been putting in the comments from other videos that I have done. And I really appreciate hearing from you and love your questions and comments, so please keep them going. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to clarify and try to give you some answers today. And I thought today I would not only introduce my Dodger fan shirt. I just got this, and our Dodger season starts in Los Angeles on March 28, which I'm thrilled. And I always like to celebrate. I'm a part of the Dodger fan group, whatever that means, but it's just fun. So I'm wearing my Dodger program today, getting ready for the season. And all you baseball aficionados out there, I hope you root for your team, whatever that is. Go Dodger Blue. And so today I want to go over with you some of the things that you brought me for questions. A lot of times I'll do a YouTube and then there's a lot of comments after it, and I end up answering some things, repeating some things over. But I thought, today there seems to be a pattern of the same questions that people really would like to know more information. So I thought we'd do a part 1 again on these, and then part 2 and some more of them, so that you can get some clarity on this whole subject matter of numbers, numerologies, patterns, cycles, your own blueprint, because everybody has one. We've been through this before. If you know and you've been following, you know you have a blueprint you created before birth, okay? And you name yourself. So if you've seen Reincarnation 1 and Reincarnation 2, then you have an idea of why and what you did, okay? So a lot of that has already been put on a former video, prior video. So please look at those, Reincarnation 1 and Reincarnation 2. And so today, some of these questions are coming out of those comments from those 2 videos. And I just have a couple of notes here. And one of them is on karma. Everybody seems to be concerned about their karmic lessons in this life. One of the things you want to really know is that when you come here, the 2 reasons you bother to come here is to learn emotional control and management of yourself. How do I manage my emotions? So when you come here, you're going to be dealing with a lot of emotions, and they can be both happy, good, bad, sad, yummy, what have you. But emotions is one of the areas of learning when you come to what we call planet Earth. And the other thing is free will choice. You do have a blueprint, you do have a plan, but inside of that is what we'll call free will choice. So you come here to manage your emotions and work with choice. So you're always a choice. And a lot of people don't like to choose because they're afraid they're going to be wrong or make a mistake. Go ahead, be wrong, make a mistake, and choose again. We're always a choice. Even if you do not like the difficult choice you made, you're trying to live with it, pace yourself, make another decision, because everything starts with a decision. You're not going anywhere until you choose. So a lot of people will go into their meditations and ask for guidance. But the problem with asking for guidance is that they have already given you the luxury of choosing. They will help in the invisible world. They will definitely help you. But you need to learn to know what it is you want. And one of the things that people do is they don't create a specific want. They create specific hows. They want to know how to do something. How do I get that house? How do I get this job? How do I make this much money? How do I fix this? Everything is how. All you really need to do is get very, very clear on the what. So that's going to be a big help to you. If you will learn the what and stop getting all these choices together, choose one. Choose and then back it up with what you say, what you do, and how you think. They have to be in sync. Because a lot of people will say something, but they really don't believe it. They really don't believe it. They don't expect it. They don't really expect health. They just think they're going to do it all themselves. And this is where we run into problems. So remember, free will choice and also working with emotional energy. The 2 things you came here to understand and learn, and take what you learn with you. You will leave here Everyone gets out of here, whether they like that idea or not, you're going to get out of here. So we don't know how, and that's what scares us. Again, we always concentrate on the how. How am I going to leave? Am I going to get cancer? Am I going to what have you? Concentrate on what you want while you're here. That's the big thing. Now, as far as karma goes, understand that when you are reincarnating, you will create for yourself some type of issues from prior lives that you wanted to work on in this life. We call it karma. You can call it whatever you like, corrections, balancing, what have you. One of the things to know is even if you have the worst chart full of different karmic issues, and there's only 9 numbers, so there's really only 9 karmic issues, okay? And unless you're going into the double digits, and then you go 11, 22, 33, 44. Those are specific karmic issues. However, we're not even going there today. It's too complicated. Just strict with 1 through 9. Most people maybe miss 2 numbers, that's it. Maybe 3. But if you have more than 3, you have a lot of issues you said you would work on. Now, one of the things that's always in play here, and people forget, is the law of grace. So maybe you came in and it was originally set up that you would have this terrible auto accident to make sure you get disabled, to learn what it is like to be disabled, okay? Well, however, you live pretty much an exemplary life. You're very grateful, etc. You give gratitude, you're kind, you're powerful, but you're kind. And the law of grace intercedes. So instead of having that auto accident, you maybe bump into another car or in the parking lot, or you gently roll over a curb and you squish out your tire, okay? There's the law of grace enters in. We must never forget that the law of grace is always at work. So everything, though we have that in our blueprint, we have operated here in such a manner that we have brought in the law of grace. So always, always you can have that help you. That is always easy, but people don't even think of the law of grace. So many times people will say, I was supposed to go here and I got a flat tire. Oh, I was supposed to go here and my engine wouldn't start. How do you know that you weren't going to meet something horrible on the freeway if your engine had started? Or you were going to be in a major accident if you hadn't gotten a flat? How do you know? You don't understand that there's always an invisible field going on all around you. This is a very small place with specific lessons and issues and stuff. But there's an entire universe at work with what we'll call the giant bad hand of God, if you call it. It's the invisible power, okay? It's the divine, it's the supreme intelligence is always at work. And when you come here, you always have help, but we don't ask. That's the big problem. We don't ask. We're just going to do it ourselves, okay? And then we don't get that job, but we didn't do we don't understand how this place works and how it works with the invisible world. So probably I will have to do a class and do more specifics on this to help you with that, okay? And that's what we'll probably, because I'm getting requests from you all, please do a class. And if I do that, then you better sign up is all I can say, okay? Because I'm getting that pressure to do a program, and I will do it, and I'll let you know. And you can always sign up on my email, Gail at gailminogue.com. Sign up and you'll be on the email list and you'll know when it's going to take place. It will be a Zoom program, probably, I think, at this stage. And I have to pick a date and time, probably be a Saturday in America. So I have overseas clients, but we'll try to work with the time zones. It usually does. So we'll look forward to that. And one of the other things that I hear from people is this lifespan. They can't fathom going out to 120. They just think they're going to wither and die and be in a coma from 100 to 120 because nobody around here is doing anything at 105. And all these books tell you your longevity is this and that's it. Your lifespan is 80 years or 85 years. Please, none of these people understand higher laws. They're working with, I understand, man-made information, but there's a whole universe of stuff that we don't yet understand. So let's face it, our blueprints are much longer. You want to stay till you can continue to learn and grow, and do not even consider retirement take your subsidized payment that you got from this prior business or government or whatever, and use it for the next stage of your life where you create something you really want. So remember, no retirement. You can finish up 30 years with the government, 30 years with this or that, and then move to the next part of your journey. So think, people figure from 30 to 60, but they just don't figure from 60 to 90. And then they'd wither or die because, when we face it, they didn't take care of themselves. Just didn't take care of themselves. They didn't take care of themselves until they had a problem. And I always say to people, pretend you were a fine racehorse. Why would you put a lot of garbage in that racehorse? You paid a lot for it. You came in with it. Why would you treat it so badly? And that's what people do. And you will only get one in a lifetime. So say you got this extremely expensive vehicle, this car. That's you. What would you do to take care of it? You wouldn't just put a lot of wax on it. You'd have the oil change. You'd take care of this. You wouldn't give it the wrong gas level. You would treat it with respect. And most people don't treat their bodies with respect. They think if they get cream on their face or what have you, that's treated with respect. No, that's only one element. That's the skin. Okay, but what about the rest? So be careful you don't run into trick fabs. I'll just tell you what happened to me this week. I thought I would cut back on meat and all that good stuff, and I decided I'd have meat and fish, but I would have chicken, really chicken and fish, and I would try to go more plant-based stuff. So then I go into the doctor, and I find out that everything is terrific, all my low cholesterol, no high blood pressure, none of that, except now I don't have enough iron. So now for the next 3 weeks, every week I get an iron infusion, and then I go on iron capsules. And when this process is all done, I wait 3 weeks and I see my iron levels. So I never expected that. I'm glad the test picked it up. But I was walking cold. Then if you don't have the iron, you get kind of tired. So I'm looking forward to my first infusion next week. Totally unexpected. Thought I knew better. I didn't. So be careful what you fall for or what you are completely dedicated. That's right. Well, maybe it isn't. I'm not saying go out and eat burgers or steaks. I'm saying pace it. Make sure your iron levels. Who checks their iron levels? Unless you're sick. I wouldn't check my iron levels. So I'm grateful. And that's one thing that is respecting the physical body. I'll do what it takes because I don't want to get trapped. I don't want to get trapped in my body. And a lot of people get trapped in their bodies. You don't want to get trapped in your bodies. Okay? This is your fine racehorse. This is your expensive Ferrari that you paid a couple $100,000 for. You cannot throw that away and just be nonchalant about it. Okay, so that's what I want to say to you. That before I go to my part 2, one of the things I want to mention, it's very easy to see in a name whether you are repeating a life over. Like, what? Well, we do. Hopefully you don't have to. But you can see the plan in place this lifetime is similar to a plan in place you did before. I don't know which life, but you've done it before. If you have that in your chart, that life can be extremely challenging for you to mind your P's and Q's and walk that good line of balance in your life and don't get out of balance. I can help you with that. I can show you. In fact, all of these questions I get, when you can, go to my website and get a session, even if it's a short one, get a session to help you. And so that we want to prevent. It's like preventional medicine. We want to prevent. We don't want to treat after you got already into the problem. A lot of people call me after they've moved. Is this the right house? I said, why didn't you call me before you bought it or rented it? Always before you rent or before you buy, do a short session with me and we can go through how this is going to affect you and your life. Even if it's a beautiful, wonderful buy and house, it may be awful for you. That's what we're going to do. So we'll continue all of this into another video. I hope this helps you, gives you an idea of the terrific time you have here and the opportunity you have here. It's a privilege to reincarnate. Believe me, there are more people who want to get here, or more souls that want to get here, than actually get here. So it's a privilege to reincarnate here. It's a privilege to reincarnate in the United States if you're lucky enough to get here. As crazy as this place is, okay, there's a lot that works here very well. So we have the opportunity and I want to help you to make the best of it while you're here. Always thank you for watching. I appreciate, always comment to me, even if it's crazy. I don't care. We're all a bit crazy. Thank you. You know, I get so many questions every time I do a video. I'm always glad to get them. But one of the things I realize is that you really could be served very well by getting a private session. If it's not with me, get one somewhere. Try not to do the just the ones online, the printouts. Get really one that really knows what they're doing, because this is going to really help you. And that's the whole idea, is to get you the help now and forward in your life. And I think whether you would like to do it with me, that's fine, or someone else, just get it done.